Hi everyone and welcome back to Setindiabiz YouTube channel where we simplify complex business and legal processes for you. In our last video, we discussed the different legal terms of capital including authorized, paid up and subscribed capital. Today, we are going to focus on a specific and important topic, that is how to increase authorized capital under Indian company law. This is a crucial step for businesses looking to expand and raise funds effectively. Before we dive into the process of increasing authorized capital, let's quickly recap what it means. It is also known as nominal capital and is the maximum amount of share capital that a company can issue to its shareholders as specified in its MOA Memorandum of Association. It sets a limit on how much equity the company can raise. For example, if your company's authorized capital is 50 lakhs but you want to raise 60 lakhs, you will need to legally increase the authorized capital. Now let's get into the step-by-step guide on how to increase your authorized capital. Step 1. Check your Article of Association. The Article of Association must contain a provision that allows for the increase of authorized share capital. If there isn't such a provision, you will need to amend your Article of Association first. So step 1 would include review your AOA, Article of Association, to confirm that it includes clauses permitting an increase in authorized capital. If not, prepare to amend your AOA. Step 2 would be holding a board meeting. You need to convene a board meeting to discuss and approve the proposal for increasing authorized share capital. Here's what would be the agenda of your board meeting. 1. To consider and approve the increase in authorized share capital. Second would be to draft a notice for the extraordinary general meeting where shareholders will vote on this matter. And lastly, decide on the date, time and venue for EGM. Now you would be wondering, what is EGM? An extraordinary general meeting is a special meeting of a company's shareholders held outside the annual general meetings. It is called to discuss urgent or important matters that can't wait until the next AGM, such as approving big decisions like mergers, changes in the company structure, or removing directors. In India, as per the Companies Act 2013, an EGM can be called out by a board of directors, shareholders holding a certain percentage of shares. It ensures that urgent business decisions get shareholders' approval quickly. Step 3 would be to issue a notice for the EGM. Shareholders must approve any changes to the authorized capital through an ordinary resolution. The notice requirements would include that you need to provide the notice at least 21 days before the EGM. It should include the agenda details and explain why the increase is necessary. And if required, an EGM can be called sooner with the consent from the shareholders holding at least 95% of the paid-up share capital. Step 4 would be conducting the extraordinary general meeting. So during the EGM, shareholders will discuss and vote on the proposed increase in authorized capital. But before voting, you need to ensure all the necessary documents is ready for the review. Now, what would be the necessary documents required for review? First would be notice of EGM. The official notice sent to shareholders detailing the agenda, date, time and venue at the meeting. Second would be draft resolution. So copy of the draft resolution to be passed in the EGM authorizing the increase in share capital. Third document would be explanatory statement attached to the notice. This explains the rationale behind the increase in authorized share capital. Then board resolution. This resolution passed by the board of directors approving the proposed increase in authorized share capital and calling the EGM. Then your Memorandum of Association, the original MOA, as the clause related to the share capital will need to be amended. A draft of the revised MOA should also be presented during the EGM. Article of Association, if required, review the AOA to check if it allows the changes in the authorized share capital or if amendments are necessary. Then we require shareholders register a record of shareholders entitled to attend and vote at the EGM. Moving forward, the proof of dispatch of notice. So evidence that the notice of EGM was sent to all the eligible shareholders within the prescribed time frame. Next, the details of existing capital structure, information on the current authorized, issued, subscribed, and paid up capital. Moving on to stamp duty details, information on the applicable stamp duty for increasing authorized share capital as it varies state by state. Ordinary resolution would state that resolve that the authorized share capital be increased from a certain amount to the increased amount, and clause 5th of the MOA be altered accordingly. The step 5 in the process includes the alteration of the MOA. After passing the resolution, we need to update the MOA to reflect the new authorized share capital. Updated clause 5th of MOA will state the authorized share capital of the company is the new revised amount divided by the number of equity shares of the company valued at a certain price. Clause 5th of the Memorandum of Association as per Indian company law specifies the authorized share capital of the company. This clause outlines the total amount of share capital the company is authorized to raise, the number of shares and the face value. For example, 1 lakh equity shares at 10 rupees each, 10 rupees being the face value of the shares. The type of shares, equity shares, preference shares that the company can issue, any changes to authorized share capital, such as increase, require an amendment to clause 5th, which must be approved by shareholders in the journal meetings and filed with the registrar of companies. Step 6 would be filing Form SF7 with the registrar of companies within 30 days of passing the resolution by attaching all the following documents: certified true copy of the ordinary resolution, altered MOA reflecting the new authorized capital, notice of EGM. Filing fee of the form SF7 would be based on your state regulations. Step 7 would be the payment of stamp duty. As discussed in the last video, whenever you incorporate your company or you increase your authorized share capital, you would need to pay stamp duty, which will vary from state to state. So depending upon your state laws, you may need to pay stamp duty on the increased amount of authorized share capital. So check your local regulations or consult a professional for accurate calculations. Step 8 would be to update all the copies of Memorandum of Association and Article of Association. Once everything is approved by the Registrar of Companies, ensure every copy of your MOA or AOA reflects these changes. This step is crucial for maintaining the accurate records. These are all the steps that you need to follow to increase your authorized share capital. Now, lastly, increasing your authorized capital is a significant step towards expanding your business and facilitating growth. By following these steps, checking your AOA, holding board meetings, conducting an EGM, filing necessary forms with the ROC, you can ensure that your company is well positioned for future opportunities. A few key reminders before you go: check AOA for provisions regarding authorized capital, hold a board meeting and pass necessary resolutions, conduct an EGM with proper notice, file Form SF7 with ROC within stipulated time frames, pay any applicable stamp duties. So if you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe for more insights into company law and finance. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below. I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.